The purpose of this project is to use polynomials to design a container for a jumbo chocolate bar. Find the missing values to the volume equation for a trapezoid to find the maximum volume of your prism. Prism net equals 4 rectangles and 2 trapezoids. To start, you will use the equation for the volume of a trapezoid because it's a prism you're starting to build is the shape of a trapezoid. Begin and combine equal measurements like x, big base, x, and little base. All of these variables equal the width, which is 22. Solve for big base and little base. If you do this, you will end up with the equation big base plus little base equals 21 subtract 2x. Now that you have the big base and the little base, you need the height and the length. Okay, to find the height, you will need to use the Pythagorean theorem. In the sketch of the prism, you can see the triangle and dashed lines is the height. In order to find it, you must use the equation a to the second power plus b to the second power equals c to the second power, in which the height is b2. Now you put the equation equal this equation, then say for b. After you solve for b, you should get the equation for the height, which is...
Now that you have the h, you can look for the L. The length of the paper is 20, but there is an X on each end of the paper that actually represent the H. So to find L, add the H with the L and make it equal 28 to the equation. Now solve for L to that equation. Now that you have all three variables, replace them in the volume equation. Enter your equation into your calculator graph and you will be able to see the maximum. Get the x of the bariotics and replace the x in your separate equations.
Okay, cut.
After you do this, you'll find the measurements you need to make a container with the most value. For the big base and small base, you will have to do an extra step to solve for each. For this, you will use systems of equations. The equations would be big base plus small base equals 12.7. Big base minus small base equals 4.15. When you solve this system of equations, you get big base equals 8.425 and small base equals 4.275.